Coach, big second half for you.
Yes,
Talk about anything messaging you said to the team to come out and put up the amount of points you did in the second half.
I just told them to keep the momentum rolling. We had a touchdown going into halftime. And we did something that we don't usually do today. We deferred instead of just taking the ball first, right? So it gave the offense an opportunity to come out right after halftime to keep building on the momentum that they already had going into halftime. So we just told them to keep pouring it on, keep doing the things that we've been coaching them to do all week, and just watch how it work out for them.
And speaking of momentum, how big was that return? I think it was 68 yards to kick off the second half.
That was really big. That's one of our unsung heroes, man. That's a kid who's been playing wide receiver for us all year, and then we just put him back there to give us a better opportunity in the return game, and he took advantage of it tonight.
And speaking of unsung heroes, I know McPherson had a big game on defense. Talk about him a little bit.
That's one of the hardest working kids I've ever coached since I've been here. And I coached some good kids through this program, but that kid right there is special. He's special. Just remember the name, Cooper McPherson. He's also a pretty good baseball player as well. So it's a blessing for us to even have him out here. And just the hard work that he puts in and day out throughout the week, it's like it's showing itself every Friday night.
Coach, why did you defer? Or why did you guys choose to defer?
It was actually my offensive line coach.
Yeah.
He switched it up on the fly for me. I'm gonna be honest, I had no clue about it. Right, I'm always I got supreme confidence in my offensive coordinator, Omar Kizzy, who's a hell of a play caller. I got supreme confidence in him. So typically before every game, I'm like, hey, you go out first, set the tone for me, and then we go. So tonight it was just a little switch, right? Once I heard Glen decided to defer, I'm looking around the sideline to see who did it, but hey, we just took it, stuck with it, and just played ball.
You know, watching Ralphie out here tonight, he runs a lot like, Utsi did last year. Is that kind of a system you guys have really tried to keep in place and kind of a style that you want to really keep going as you guys move through the season?
We want our quarterback to be able to sustain himself throughout the season. We want him to be healthy. When he has opportunities to use his feet, we want him to use his feet.
Yeah.
But the kid has a big arm, you know what I mean? And what a lot of people don't know, this is, week 7?
Yeah.
This is only his 7th start as a high school quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? So he's an extremely talented kid. What we want to do is make sure he continues to grow as a quarterback and continue to develop, right? Because we got some big games coming up in the next few weeks, and we want him to be prepared for this. So, yes, having him being able to use his feet a little bit like Nana is a pretty good thing because it's hard for defenses to prepare for when you have 2 running backs in the backfield, right? But we want him to the biggest thing for me is for him to develop so he can continue the success on down the line.
And he looks just so mature out here, even for a guy who's only started 7 games. What kind of makes him mature and what kind of makes him just really be able to handle himself no matter the situation on the field?
Right, so I'm hard on that kid.
Yeah.
I'm extremely hard on him. I let him know when he came in, right? We're not one of those places where you just transfer in and it's going, right? Hey, this is your spot. We made him work, and we continue to make him work for as you can see, the guy behind him is not a bad player at all, right? So not only do we push him, that kid pushes him. It's something about being a football player when you know the guy behind you can keep up the same amount of production as you. It just lights a fire ring to keep you continue to play.
One last question for you. I saw you the first game of the season, seen you in week 7. What is the progression you've seen from that team in week 1 to now?
I think it's consistency. Mainly on the defensive side of the ball, I want to see the more consistent tackling on the football field. We defend the pass pretty well defensively, and then as far as offense, I've seen us be able to throw the ball a lot better as the weeks progressed on. What I want us to do is be able to finish in the red zone. I think once I see that, then I can tell you a true progression of what I've seen. But I've also seen this team find their identity. And that's what I've been harping on with them the entire season because we had a pretty good team last year, and that's all everybody wants to talk about, right? So I think they have their identity. They know who they are, right? They're a full-quarter football team. They got to play from start to finish. They're getting used to playing a little bit of Iron Man ball, something that they never had to do. We've been hit by a lot of injuries, so seeing these guys step up and find their identity, just a hard-nosed, hard-working team, head down, pin your ears back and go. That's the progression I've seen the most.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.